your return customers or the product can increase that word of mouth effect. But so far I'm impressed, guys. I'm really impressed. I just felt like I understand this is not perfect, right? I mean, this is not a Louis Vuitton bag or that is intends to be something expensive, but when it comes to the manufacturing process and design, wow, hear that? Love it. I mean, I should tell you, what is this? Tawbury, thank you. So, Jonathan, that's from the owner of the watch. Of course, we have the warranty here. Talk about 2 years. You see, everything's laid out logically. This is we've got guys. I'm not doing a commercial. I bought this myself. Okay, we've got different channels that. I mean, guys, again. I mean, I'm not an entrepreneur, right? But when someone is trying to make their business right, from the perspective of a customer, that's when they speak to me. Because when it comes to large brands, sure, guys. I mean, I doubt any watch boxes or manufacturing. Of course, many watch boxes manufacturing. There have many other products combined. Jewelry boxes, storage, whatever that you name it. But they only make watch boxes. They're not. This is not. I was gonna say they're not. They're not. Their revenue is not millions and millions, right? They're probably, hopefully, they're in the millions, but they're not in the hundreds of millions, right? But they still input as much as thoughts and design cues and details from their products when it comes to in today's competitiveness market. I like it. I'm telling you guys. Okay, I've handled a few watch boxes in my lifetime. Of course, I'm gonna speak of a couple things that have give me the impression in an excellent manner. The first one is this: there are countless brands out there. Of course, they want to make sure the watch box provides a sense of security. But guys, I gotta be honest with you: if you're looking for luxury things like that, they're not gonna give you security, right? If God forbid, if earthquake happens, if your house collapses, this watch box will be destroyed. Only Pelican and those tough as nail cases will survive for an event like that. So, but majority of other brands, they're all using locks. You gotta have a key. You gotta turn it on and off. I mean, you're not gonna sure what's gonna happen with that mechanics of the of the operation of the key. And you can get rusted, the key can get broken, and every time you're gonna use it, if you're gonna leave it somewhere else, you're gonna remember where did you put it. This is much easier, guys. Look, single hand opening. Okay, I do see if I'm sort of the engineers of it. You see that? I would have put bit more gravity towards, not gravity. Excuse me, what I'm saying. I would put a bit more weight on towards the user face, because of course there's not watches in there, right? So it's really light. But imagine, right? Each watch, 120 grams. So that's 1.2 kilos on the top. 2.5 kilos when they're inside. Of course, it's not gonna sway like this. They're only doing that because there's nothing in it. I understand. Sorry, guys. Okay, but a couple of things that really surprised me. Still, number one, absolutely loved the simplified design of the operation. Guys, I kid you not. When you have many watches, looking after your watch and select your watches already becomes an exercise. To minimize the steps of process to visually see a watch is critical, and that does it really secure. And I tell you what, seems like, I know this is not control latches, right? But it does support various security when it comes to hinges. This is the most neat hinges I've ever looked at, to be honest, from a construction standpoint. But very clean. So I like how this does business on the top. Now, and the second thing that has impressed me so far, besides the overall appearance, the visually, is listen to this. Did you hear that? it's it's sort of it was. It's not that it's not the drawer is gripping through the size the wall of the unit, but it's just the fabric. It's the fabric that sounds very luxurious, guys. That fabric sounds fantastic. I like it. I like it so far. Of course, well, and it's secured. You can't really take it out. Of course, probably there is a way to take it out. There you go. Okay. Wow, look at that. Instead of making a flat here, which then will be an easy slat out, they construct it so smartly. When you normally put it out, it will actually stop right there. So for example, if you place your watch box on a nice coffee table or somewhere that is very close to the edge, there is almost zero possibility of oversliding and damage your watches by hitting them on the carpet, so of course in the concrete. So those things surprise me. No one talk about these in Amazon reviews. I love it, guys. I love it. So those things that really surprise me. Of course, we're gonna go through the interior of it. Now, the way I want to do it is this, okay? One of the most important factors when you're storing your watch is, of course, exterior is gonna look the part, the construction quality, the leather. It has to be fantastic. The hinges have to be strong, and it has to be smartly designed that is very sort of spacious saving. But when it comes to dimension, the most important thing is you gotta make sure your watches are not bumping into each other. As we know that, right? Especially when it comes to our collection, because most of our watches are sort of that 40, 42. Of course, the reason why I having the Sumo and the Ani here is I want to place them together. I want to show you guys how they look, because they are large watches, right? So I'm going to show you how they look, but before I do that, I just want to tell you the basic dimension of it when it comes to each individual compartment, because then when you look for yours, whether you're buying this or buying something else, at least you have a point of references. Okay, so we're looking at the width of each apartment, compartments, not apartments, compartments. So this is 0, back to 0. Okay, there you go. So 52.7. My old black box, which is a good quality box, considering the price of it and the time when I purchased it, is about 51. So anything less than 50, I would say, is something that is need to think about, especially if you have large watches. But I would say because it's a large box, I think there are 8 slots. A style has 65, so much. I think 65. I could be wrong, but I mean, if we're looking at 60, for example. I mean, ideally, I want 60, to be honest, right? So if you're looking at 60 millimeters, it'll be that large. Oh, sorry, not 60. What I'm talking about, 55, right? So if you have a compartment that has a width of 55, again, the width of the compartment is probably the most important thing. Then you're looking at so that marginally larger than this. But 50, again, I just want to go through it again because this is critical. The width of the compartment is inches. 0. There you go. 52. Okay, 52 width. Remember that it's got to be 50 or 52 minimum. The length of each compartment is. So 52 in width, and length of it is 86, guys. So 52 by 86. That is good size. That is truly good size. And between, very snuggy as well. I like the pillow. Gosh, it feels like $1,000 of quality. Now, the width. I think this is critical too, because sometimes you get those products like extremely thin. There's like literally a cardboard in between, which is not good. They're not gonna have any construction quality in terms of integrity. When you do move your watch boxes around, occasionally it's gonna bump into each other. But here, you have 5 millimeter of the thickness of that protector, of that divider. Right. So 50 here. This one is probably even larger. So about 57. Okay. So the dividers, spot on. The compartment size for me, I haven't put those two watches in, but I think it's gonna look amazing. The gosh, the velvet, guys, guys, I love it. Okay, the velvet is nice. There's no, I mean, looks everything is clearly designed and smartly executed. Very light too, guys. Very light too, and it's a soft. Yes, it is, but at the same time, it's definitely has got its what do you call that, structure support overall as a pillow. So fantastic. The space, I give it a 10 out of 10. Dividers, I like it. The quality of it, fantastic. Hinges, really good. Glass lid, as clear as the best glass I've ever seen it in my life. Now, let's just look at the drawer, okay? So, back a little bit. Guys, just started raining, okay? I really love sitting out here and making videos. It's just one of the best things. Of course, it's a bit chilled now. So in the winter, I should have put a pants on. Alright, so 51. Okay, so seems a little bit smaller due to simply because you guys can see on the sides here, right? It doesn't have that width. So about slightly more up there is about 52. Down here is about 51. So 1 millimeter less in width because of the construction and the design of the button drawer. Again, I think this is nature. Not nature. This is a natural thing that has to happen by design, unless they can sort of make a drawer that as wide as on the top. And from a how to measure this? So it's 86 on the top. Down here is about 80. Okay, it's about 10% less. Again, because by design. So 10% less of length and width. It is fantastic. All the handles are so well and nicely made. I feel like this is gonna last to the next generation of my life, next part of my life. I can give to my daughter, I give to someone else's, and knowing I'm giving them something nice. Okay, guys. So that's really it. Now we're gonna put the sumo. You guys love the sumo. I know that. I know that for a fact that you guys love this sumo. It is absolutely fantastic, right? I put the of course the this Angus Jubilee bracelets on it now. This watch is a jewelry. I gotta wear this more. It is fantastic. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on the top, right? We're gonna put on the top drawer, and then you guys can judge yours based on the visual thing that you see, whether this provides enough space in between. Okay, so we go from which is gonna give you the better visual. Yeah, maybe we'll just use this one here. Use this row. So there you go. So that's there. That's the top. And we have the Ani here. There you go. Wow, look at that. Look at that, guys. I'm just gonna move this camera here, okay? Just to make sure you guys have a clear visual of how they turn out. They both, I mean, the sumo is I think 45 millimeters. That Ani is about 46 or something like that, right? So they both represent, excuse me, beyond 45 millimeter, and they look good. There's enough space. There's enough space in between. Of course, you can see because the design of that crown and those pushers, they're projecting so much out. So this one's almost touching these dividers here, but it's not bad, guys. It is really not that bad to handle those two large watches. Of course, anything less than that is gonna be fantastic. Of course, let's try the button drawer and see how we go. It's quite tight, but again, this is brand new, so I'm not surprised. So that one goes to the bottom, and we have this one here that goes with Arnie, right? Just some information of the size of pillows. They also have smaller size. If your wrist is 6.5, example 6, but you have to buy it directly from them. To there you go. That's in the bottom. To get that smaller version of the pillows without paying additional on Amazon. Of course, they do sell on Amazon as well. So that's how you look from the bottom, right? So we're gonna close this drawer, and then we slide them out. Enough space, plenty of room for those couple big voices. Okay, so I have no doubt that they will be very securely, I mean, from a storage standpoint, but also at the same time, you know, if you have a large rotation, couple watches you're probably not going to wear that often, right? They will probably stay longer, again, depending on what watch it is. But perfect, guys. This is on the top, this on the bottom. So there you go, guys. Really, I have no complaint. I have no complaint overall. I think the 209 US, you know, $210 is well spent. It's gonna store every single watch nicely, and yeah, of course, just guys, look, right? So when you, excuse me, when you place your watch in the bottom drawer, you want to make sure that they are laying, they are sleeping, right? They're not waking up, like, you know what I mean, right? There you go. Then there's enough space again, but because everything is wrapped around by high quality material, even the bezels or the case have a direct contact with any other part of the boxes, you know, it's going to be secure. Okay, of course, with the 2 years warranty, if anything go wrong with the boxes, you know exactly who to contact with the warranty issue. That's it, guys. I think life is good. I think I'm loving it. I'm not gonna return it, that's for sure. And we just found a new home for my collection. Okay, guys. Now, again, this has been a long one. If you guys still here, of course, I appreciate that. But of course, most importantly, all our collection needs a good home. If it's not this, maybe that's Wolf for you, or there's a couple very expensive brand out there. I know there's maybe north of $400, $500, or double these, more than that. Or if you're happy with $100 solution or $50 like the one that I currently have, that is fine too, guys. It's not about you gotta buy something more expensive, but again, if you have a taste, if you have a budget, if you're saving up for it, if you think the collection deserve it, and your heart desire the style and overall athletics, I can highly recommend this Tawbury 24 slots. I think the category name of this style is Basewater. Funny enough, Basewater is actually not far from here in Melbourne. This is a suburb called Basewater. Okay, guys, that's it. That's all I gotta say. So, guys, hopefully this has helped you, and no doubt, I'll see you guys very shortly in the next video. Bye bye, guys.